Good morning. I
Hello,
like how you.
Julia.
Good
Hello.
morning. I like how ahoy. I like how you did your hair.
Mhm.
Brilliant.
I was swimming
Oh,
in
swimming.
outside just before 15 minutes.
Wow. How cold?
So it's still cold, and my friend who does winter swimming in icy water, he was complaining today that it's cold. So
I don't blame him. It is cold.
it is still cold, yes. But however, I would like to recommend it to you and also to people who are listening maybe now, if
Yes.
we don't cut this away, this part we will see. And Julia, I would like to say that it's a very good for health. Yes, this and you can do it just briefly. Have you done it before, Cope?
I haven't done it consciously. I have done it by accident a couple of times, thinking, oh, the water will not be that cold. Well, surprise, surprise. And I have to say, the feeling afterwards is amazing. So I know that feeling of you are overcome with emotions and with it's so cold you cannot catch a breath, and at some point you do. And I think it's about mastering that breath catching moment and calming yourself down, calming your nervous system down. I know Wim Hof teaches that method as well, and of course it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm,
I haven't
mm-hmm,
done it yet
mm-hmm,
to that level, but one
mm-hmm.
day, who knows? One day, who knows? I like trying new things, so.
Thank you, Julia. Nice to meet you. And I would like to welcome you to my podcast. My name is Jiří Boric. This is Julia Jelinska, an honored guest here in our podcast. But we will not talk about cold water today. We will talk a little bit more business oriented things, about things that you do, about your life story as a professional, as a businesswoman. So, could you please briefly, very briefly, introduce with your own words what
Mhm.
you do? Because you will do it better than me.
Well, thank you, Easy. Thank you for having me on your podcast. It's a pleasure. Talking to you every time is a pleasure, and also on the podcast, which is, of course, a little bit scary because it's being recorded, but that's part of getting out of our comfort zones, and that's what I like. So I enjoy helping people go through situations, processes, and help them create solutions. So whether it's problem solving, building a strategy, or building a team, making the team stronger, it's always a process. And my job as a facilitator is to help navigate that process. I've been doing
Mhm.
this, I think, in all my different jobs along the way, because I've been a freelancer for the last couple of years. But before that, in corporate world, my roles, even though it was auditing and risk management, they always involved getting people together, trying new things, and seeing what's going to happen, and helping people get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Because sometimes
Mhm.
we only see on the other side, just like with swimming in cold water, I can actually breathe. Yes, I can make this happen. So that's
Yeah.
what I discovered throughout all my years of professional work. That's something that really brought me a lot of joy, and I saw that it was creating a lot of good outcomes for the people I was working with, not just business outcomes, but also for them as people and as teams. And so I thought, this is something where I really want to continue my journey. So now I consult, of course, still on risk and auditing, because this is what I love, and I've always seen it as a way to help people, but as well as a facilitator, professional facilitator who can help make meetings more interesting, more engaging, and also fun, and solve problems or create strategies that will last.
So, if I understand well, this is about corporate consultancy, moderation and design thinking, and business creation programs, right? To
Yes,
briefly
there,
summarize it.
yes, these are the most.
However, yes, yes, go on,
Yes.
please. Mhm.
Yes, you got it perfectly right. That's what it is, and of course, the corporate aspect is there because I come from that world and I speak the language, so it's easy for me to adapt and to learn quickly with the client what they need and how to work with them. I also run workshops myself for people who do not have a chance to participate in a corporate world, or they are also freelancers, or they have small businesses, to help them solve their challenges as well. That's something that I love to do because it's a different energy in the room, with different challenges as well, and it creates different outcomes.
Yes, I would like to introduce myself too briefly so that it's a partnership between
Eh,
us. Here is my role as a podcaster, and I like talking with the people from the whole world about their story. And my podcasts are oriented business, and they are short ones, 20 minutes maximum. So this is my short introduction. And now, because one picture is worth 1,000 words, I have prepared one picture. If you don't mind, I will share it very quickly.
Yes, I'm
And
curious.
after that, you will have space if you want to show more pictures from your side, if you have. If not, it's okay.
Okay,
However, I will share my screen very quickly. And here you can see, now you should be able to see your profile.
I see it.
And I tell you the reason why I showed it, because there is a Lego on the picture. And tell me more about this. Why do you like working with building kits like this?
Yes, here we go. This is it. This is the one you can see in real life now, not just on the picture. I really love this one. It's coming from one of my favorite movies, Moana, Viana. I don't know what's the name you use in Czech Republic. For us, it's Moana. I love it because creativity, which we all have, comes from trying things that maybe we think, maybe this is not for me. And Lego is that medium that helps people get out of their head, go into their hands, and actually connect through their hands, heart, and hands to create something that maybe they didn't even know they could. I see a lot of people being a little bit, especially adults, not children. Children have a completely different approach, but that's exactly what it's about. It's about getting the child to play, that your inner child as well, and solve problems, because adults play a little bit differently than children. Adults play looking for with a goal. You like to create something, you like to solve something. You do it because there is a reason for it. And at the same time, you're still playing. You're still playing. And thanks to that play, dopamine is released. You feel calmer, you feel happier. You connect easier with other people. And I've seen it time after time after time. And I'm still surprised because every session I run using Lego bricks and Lego Serious Play methodology, because that's the way it's called, I am surprised myself. I've seen a lot, and every single time with a new person, with the new insights, it's the new aha moments. And when you see how people open up, yes, this is, it's priceless. It's really priceless. And I love that. I appreciate it very much. This is my favorite method of working. I usually combine it with other methods because the session of facilitating, I don't know, strategy building doesn't have to be built only with Lego, but you use it in certain exercises and then you guide the team accordingly.
Julia, I must confirm this. And when I play with my nephew, he is 5, or my niece, she is 3 years old. They have this Harry Potter, they have this Lego about Star Wars, some spaceships. However, this is very good to interact with them, to get to know them, to solve some problems together and be able to find solutions to those problems. So I imagine I can confirm from this perspective.
Yeah.
In order to understand a little bit more what you do, I prepared the second question for you today, and this is about little bit about your past.
Yes.
What are some things that you could point out from the past where you achieved some good successes, maybe, or some funny moments, or something you are grateful for? Some story from the past which can a little bit more people understand what you do.
Okay, I think, of course, a lot of ideas come to mind. As you said, we don't have enough time, so only 20 minutes. I will try to pick something from my recent past, actually with Lego, if you don't mind. At this table behind me, I had a management team of a scale-up to be, so startup that's getting into that serious phase with the new management team that they really very carefully picked for the right reasons, and the people that were chosen to be in the management team were going to take the company from startup to scale up. And they discovered that something wasn't going well. So the communication between them was not so good. They were very frustrated. We had 3 management team members. We had the CFO/CEO, logistics and supply chain, and HR. You could imagine that very different roles require also different types of people. And with that comes a different way of communicating, different ways of thinking, which is wonderful because that's what you need. You need diverse ways of thinking. And at the same time, you need to find a way to communicate with each other. So we started the session. It was about the strategy and about priorities. And as much as you could see, I observed that they were very focused, very, very focused on getting the, yes, this is what we want to achieve part. Then when they were all of a sudden talking about their models, when they had to pick it up and describe why they built what they built, why is this one here, and why does this do, what is the meaning of this? Oh, and why is there a chicken on top of that? What does it mean to me? All of a sudden, you could see that their brains were switching into that storyteller that's very personal with emotions, and all of a sudden they were sharing things that you could see the other two were very surprised with. So it was a challenging moment also for me as a facilitator, because you see that something is shifting in the room. The energy in the room is shifting. It's all of a sudden becoming very, very personal as well. And it's a very careful situation. You really need to, it's almost like you need to wear gloves to handle it. It's a very special moment. Luckily, what happened is that there was listening, which also is the way that methodology works, that it allows for active listening of the other participants. It requires it and it allows for it. So they really listen to each other. Well, there was nobody else here, 3 of them at the table and me. So I kind of disappear because I'm just a guide. And they are in it with each other. So once they started talking about, oh, this feels to me like a slide. I'm paraphrasing because that's not at all what they said, but this feels to me like we are sliding. Look at this, it's breaking so easily. We are going to fall apart. Things like that, and then really opening up, the others asking questions. And then in turn, when their turn came, they were sharing as well. And at the end, we always debrief. So I thought, okay, this will going to be a very interesting session because we actually have some targets to achieve. We need to have priorities for the next half a year. We need to have the strategy aligned. We got that. And at the same time, at the end of the session with the debrief, I always ask as well, how was the session for you? What do you notice? What did you learn? A lot of aha moments, very special. A person who works in logistics said, I thought you will never understand me. I didn't know how to explain what I'm thinking because I like to think and I'm very analytical and I had everything analyzed and I know exactly what we need to do. But it looked to me like you were not listening. But now finally that I could build it and show it to you. And now I see that you actually understood me. That was quite something. The CFO said the same. Yeah, I finally understand what you need all that money for. It didn't make any sense to me when you were trying to explain it in our team meetings. It means I couldn't get it. There was no business case. Now I understand. Now we can. So very interesting sessions. And I have to say, even though that's like recent past, I remember a lot of situations like this, not always with a happy ending in my corporate life, where there was not so much listening. I've been in many, many meetings, countless meetings, and not all of them went smoothly and not all of them led to solutions. And I think that frustration also builds up in you when you are presented with it every day, like I was, and I wanted to do something about it. I wanted to do it differently. So now I do it differently, but a lot of meetings that I had to go through painfully, waiting. Oh, are we really going to get something out of it? Or is it another meeting for the sake of a meeting? Or this meeting could have been an email kind of situations. So
yes, thank you.
Now I like to help people do things differently. And I love when they actually have solutions.
This is we are talking with Julia. My name is Jiří, and if you have any questions, I would like to first of all thank everybody who is listening now. We are very happy that you are listening to us. If you have any questions, write down under this video. We will be answering every single question later. Thank you for listening. And I believe one question which I didn't prepare, which came up to my mind, is the startup world. Is the just very briefly, is the majority of your clients these are startups or they are like corporate companies?
No, it's not the majority. I have all different kinds of companies as my clients, big and small, as well as organizations that are organizing conferences, for example. So it can be a big company organizing a conference where they need somebody to help organize the networking or make meaningful connections instead of just standing with a glass of coffee or a cup of coffee or a glass of wine and trying to survive. They hire me to help them make it more interesting and interactive and fun. So I participate in different types of conferences, not necessarily from my field, which I love as well because I get to learn too. So Lego can be a means to learn a lot, not just about each other, but also about different topics in the world.
Julia, now I will move you a little bit more even from your comfort zone, but
Please.
not too much. Don't be afraid. Can you ask me some question too, please?
Yes. Do you actually have some Lego with you?
Yes, I do, but not in this table. I could bring it, but it would take me some time. Is it okay if I go for it now, or?
For me, yes.
So
It
please,
doesn't matter how many.
I would like to encourage our listeners to stop this video and go for more drinks. I will stop it for 1 minute and I will get Lego.
Great.
Yes, I found it.
Ah,
Mhm.
here you are. Oh, so much Lego. Ooh la la. Okay, great. You've got a lot of Lego bricks, I see. Wow. Wonderful. Put them in front of you. And I think for everybody who's listening, this we did not prepare with Yuji. This is a completely spontaneous action, and I love it. So let's do it. If you could put the Lego in front of you, Yuji, so that you can see it, it's not in the bags. The sound
Yes, I
of
do it. I will do it.
Yes. Favorite sound of Lego? For those of you who are also a little bit passionate about it, I when I hear the sound of Lego, it's like, interesting. What's gonna happen?
Here we go. A little more fruit and vegetables oriented, and there is a pig.
Oh, great. Do you
There
want
is
to
a
show us the
strawberry, and there are some 10 pieces of these in different colors.
if you
Yes,
want
I'm
to
ready.
the camera more on you and how you're building, that's also okay. Because now
Yes,
we
I will try. I will try. Yes, I will
great.
try.
So I think we don't have a lot of time, so let's do it quickly. That's also part of that exercise. If you could build a model that represents a tower and show it to us, let's say
Mhm.
30 seconds.
Yes, okay, I will try it.
Nothing needs to be perfect. There is no such thing. Just a tower, whatever you see as a tower, we will see as a tower as well.
Just a second. So what I did this kind of jumping into the pool. There is a swimming pool below, and this is a jumping tower, and there is a guy who is about to jump to the water.
All right. And who is that guy? Can we see him?
Yes. He is a manifestation of me, for example,
Okay.
before some difficult decision.
Wow, you see what you did there? You already created a story and you used metaphors. That's also part of Lego Serious Play. Even though I only asked for a tower, but you already gave it a meaning. It's incredible. If you could do me a favor and build something else, maybe
Yes,
you build pretty fast. You're a very experienced builder. Could you build a model that represents your superpower
yes, of course.
of them?
Yes, yes. Mhm.
So this working with Lego bricks, as you can see, can be also done for virtual teams. And I have to say that it works very well, especially when the teams have been very tired of all the Zoom meetings every day the
This
same.
is it. It's more simple.
Yes, can we see it
This,
a little bit higher?
yes.
Okay, yes, we can
So
see it.
here's a pig, and she has a superpower, and she's standing on the brick, and she can do anything.
Oh, what is her superpower?
Yeah, she has glasses, so she's like a cool guy, and
Huh?
she can do anything. Basically, mental superpowers to come any wish true.
Aha, wonderful. Wow, thank you so much for sharing it with us. How did it feel
Yes,
to
it's good.
build?
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you for leading me.
Feel to share with us because it's I don't know who's listening, uh, and it's very brave to share with anybody and everybody.
Mhm,
How
mhm,
did it
mhm.
feel for you?
Yes, it's good. I like it. It was fine because first we did some problem solving, and then we did some things like wishes. And
Mhm.
I believe that if this took like 3 hours and we could go deeper, it could be very beneficial.
Yes,
And I have one question for you also, which I didn't prepare. Have anybody tried? Have you ever tried it like on the side of the client, like that people were giving you tasks and you were building? Have you tried?
absolutely. Yes, that's part of the training as well, and also online. So we have either in person or online meetings. Even now, still we meet up with the trainers every now and then, and we do the same. So there is a new question, a new challenge, and we build and we share. So we still do this. It was part of the training, and I love it because you get to see sometimes even the same people that you trained with before, and it's like a reunion every now and then. It's a training for us, but we are also users, right? We also need to feel how it is to be on the other side. I think without it, it would be very difficult to lead as well. It's good to have that experience. It's good to know how it feels. I have sometimes people who have never played with Lego. Maybe it's hard to imagine, but there are people who have never played with Lego. I'm used to it now. Of course, it's everybody has a different experience, but it's good to be on the other side and see, oh, something doesn't click. I don't know how to put it together, or I don't feel comfortable sharing, and then why? It's also a good insight for the facilitator later when you switch the thinking, you put on a different hat and think, what would I have done as a facilitator to put people more at ease, to make them more comfortable? Because this requires a lot of psychological safety. This is not something that you can do with anyone, anytime, always. It really,
Mhm,
you need to create a safe space for everybody to be in there, and everybody is participating. And some people
mhm, mhm,
more, some people like this less. You can imagine that you have everybody at the table, very different approaches, very different feelings about it as well. So it can be challenging. It's good to be on the other side to know it, to see it.
So, thank you. Now, I would like to proceed to my third question. You have answered it already. However, I will still ask it. Now we are in the present moment. We moved from your past to the present. Which current projects are you working on from the business perspective at this moment, Julia? Please, can
Oh,
you
that's
share?
Yes, of course. Great question. Thank you for asking. I have a couple of, let's say, modules for myself. So I organize workshops myself, and I organize networking events for the community where I live, also for entrepreneurs and business owners. And that's one of those events is coming up tomorrow. So if you happen to be in Amsterdam, Eiburg, that's the area where we are from, where we live, and where we work. You are welcome to join me. That would be wonderful to have somebody enrich our network as well. Uh, and of course, this is something for our listeners. I'm going to use Lego as well. They don't know it yet, but it's the secret sauce
Mhm.
that puts them together. Last time when we met, we also had a Lego workshops, and everybody really enjoyed it. You can see the videos on our website. It was really a lot of fun, and I want to bring it back because it bonds people much faster and easier. Well, so that's the first, let's call it, bucket. Then I also do some consulting for companies, and that part is currently a new project I'm working on with a partner to bring Lego into process thinking and to help teams learn a little bit better how to create processes, improve processes, and to see that they actually have the power to change it, to change their processes, to make something different from what they have been used to, or create something new from scratch as well. So that's a new project I'm working on. And there is another bucket, which is I also facilitate as part of different companies that have a lot of facilitators, and sometimes they need somebody to help them out. So they reach out to their team, to their collaborators, and I collaborate very happily, because it's lovely to be, again, out of your comfort zone, because it's not the program maybe that, or the client that you have brought in, but you are becoming part of the team, and every time it's a different team, different client, different challenge. So I'm already preparing for the new challenge, which will be in the aviation industry. And it's a leadership development program that will take a couple of months, and I'm helping lead the facilitation of that program for one of the cohorts of 250 people that will be done physically and online. So it's quite a big program, and I'm really looking forward to it. It starts in June. So it's
time to get the new set of Lego Star Wars ship.
Yes, see, thank you very much. Yes, I cannot say who the client is right now, but of course, yes, that would be a good one. So I'm working on that too. Yes.
I would like to, Julia, invite you to not this network. I'm doing also networkings, not personal as you. My friend Thomas is doing personal networking. So if you are coming to Prague, we could invite you to the personal networking of Thomas Haverda.
Okay. Thank you.
However, I would like to, for myself, invite you to within 2 months. In 2 months' time, I will be doing an online networking for entrepreneurs. And if you want, think about.
Oh, you are frozen. If you can hear me, or if anybody can hear me, Yiji is frozen on my screen. Oh, you're unfrozen.
Yes, so I was saying that you are welcome to my networking as a speaker in 2 months. So if you want, think about it, and we can discuss later.
I got goosebumps already, so I would say yes. Thank you.
Okay, so let's do it.
Invitation.
And if you would give one final message, Julia, for today for our listeners, what would that be?
Since everybody is creative, I would say just come up with ideas and keep trying. Always keep trying and looking for solutions. There's always a way, even if it's not visible immediately. There are ways to find ways out or in. There are ways to find solutions.
Thank you. Our honored guest was Julia Jelinska. Thank you so much for your final words. I was happy. My name is Jiří Borč, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Jiří. It was really a pleasure. And getting out of my comfort zone too. I love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I have one question, and we can leave it in the behind the scenes mode, or we can cut it later. It doesn't matter really. But for the competition, are there some people who are like straight your competition who are doing some other, not using Lego, but maybe some other ways, so that we understand the current trends in your business?
Yes, there are a lot of people who do what I do, and we are not always called the same. So our job titles are not always facilitator or moderator or practitioner or trainer. So it really depends, but there are lots of people in that space indeed. Sometimes they are in the companies, so they are part of the corporate world and they are helping their own teams. And sometimes they are like me, freelancers, or both. You can also be, there are people who are doing 3 days their corporate work, and then next to it, they facilitate workshops as well, or they moderate events, or they train. So yes, it's a pretty big and I would say thriving world. It's not always easy to get the clients to maybe to realize that they might benefit from having us, because it takes a step from thinking I can solve everything myself to, maybe I don't have to solve everything myself. Maybe I could use a guide who can help me navigate this. And then I am free to think and to really come up with good ideas, because it's difficult to be both, to lead the process and to come up with ideas and to implement and to manage the team. So it's good to have somebody there to facilitate this process. So that's, I think, the challenge. Currently, I also talk to a lot of colleagues from our field. I don't really see them as competition because we are all different. So if you resonate with one of the facilitators, maybe you don't resonate so well with another one. Even though we might be using the same methodologies, the same practices, the same exercises, we might still do them differently. I would even say, for sure, we will do them differently because we're different people. So it's kind of like, always when you meet somebody, you feel whether it's the right fit or not, or if you don't feel it, somebody else will. Or you can try out different facilitators and see what works for you. That's also something. You can have a trial session also with me. You always have a session to try something out, like we did, even though it was not for commercial purposes, but something like that, to get a feel for, is this the right fit for my team? Is this the right fit for my company? Is this the right fit in terms of communication style? So it's always good to try things out, and there is, well, plenty of facilitators out there. Also big companies that do it, like I said, using collaborators like me, because their teams might be small, but they have collaborators everywhere. And if they have a big project, then they gather them together and serve the client. So it's out there. It's pretty successful and useful. And you see that a lot of companies use it not just for team building, because that's one of the main targets, but also for solving problems and building strategies, because that's a big place where it's difficult to do it when you're on the inside. You really have to play all the roles.
Interesting. Thanks. Interesting.
Hey, you're welcome.
Julia, I will tell you how I proceed with my podcast. Now, some organizational things. I would like to upload it to the YouTube. I would like you to see it, the version, which I will send you. And please feel free to give me feedback. Yes, so feel free to tell me, Jiří, here I would like to change this name of this podcast. Here I would like to cut it a little bit. If I would try my best to adjust it to your needs. And after this is finalized, we can, within 1 month, we can do the LinkedIn campaign. So we can once post it on LinkedIn. I can say that we are talking about this, and I can tag you there, and we can have people see what you do on the LinkedIn. Do you agree with this procedure?
Yeah, it sounds great. But also from the feedback perspective, I would also like to hear your feedback for me.
Yes, definitely. I will. For now, I can say that it was a very pleasant. For me, it's always the journey. So meeting you is a joy, and I liked it, and I am happy with this casting, and it was perfect.
Oh.
And I'm happy to work with the video and help you as much as possible.
Thank you so much, Jiří. It was really a pleasure. I enjoyed talking to you, and I'm glad that I cannot see anybody listening to us, because then I really feel like it's just our conversation. And when you mentioned the first time that somebody is listening, I was like, indeed, this is supposed to be listened to.
No, this is just a pre-recorded version.
Yeah, I know, but I still didn't, even though
I mean, like, because this is interesting, like the time shift, yes? Yeah. So imagine that people are listening and you are talking with them like that they are feeling that they are there. Yeah.
And what if they have questions?
Pardon?
What if they actually have questions?
They can post under the video on the YouTube or on LinkedIn.
And then we reply to them
later, like in within couple of days.
Okay. Because I thought, that's interesting. So how are you going to do this? Are we going to record the questions later? But no, right?
And this is also a good way how to see if the people are interested, and maybe if they are, we could in the future make a volume 2. Yesterday I was talking with the Frank van den Horst. He's also from the Netherlands, and we did second volume, and we were both a little bit afraid what we'll be talking about, and then we were like talking not for 20 minutes but for 1 hour about many things, like about spirituality, about health, about children, about many things. And it was very nice that even in the second volume we found some topics to talk about.
Wow. Yeah, of course. I think I'm not surprised that you also connect nicely with Frank. And he also has a podcast, right? One or two or three. So I think you are both podcasters meeting together. That must be interesting. And how are you doing? How is your house hunting? Did you finally see that?
This is tomorrow. I'm going for the last one, and then I will take some time off because this is just, for me, is maybe I would need the Lego for house hunting,
Yeah.
because for me it's some kind of hard to move. I don't know why. There is some reason which is blocking me. I don't know. However, at this very moment, my presence, I will go to Eliška. She is 3 years old. She's in the next room. She's
Oh,
my niece. My sister is coming to pick her up today, so we will play a little bit,
oh.
and I will enjoy today. And
Very-
you?
Yeah, today I am preparing that event that I'm running tomorrow. So I have to put all the things in the goodie bags, design really minute by minute the flow of so I have an idea and I have it written down, but now I need to do it minute by minute. I will have a beer tasting there. I will have a guest speaker also for a few minutes for some inspiration. So it's a lot of moving parts that I need to put together and prepare for tomorrow.
So maybe if you want,
Mhm.
but it's just maybe. Yeah, I know it's a crazy idea, but if you write me the invitation too,
Yeah.
I would for 1 minute, if there is a space. I don't know how it looks like. Make it like a little bit that I would, or I can pre-record. Maybe I can pre-record because I'm in Plzeň. Plzeň is famous for beer. Yes, it's from 1815.
Yes.
200 years, 300 years ago they started it, and I have here like some samples of beer, so I can show on the camera and record a very short 1 minute greeting.
Oh,
With the Pilsner beer, I can send it to you, and you can just send it. You can just show it if there is, and if you don't show it, I completely understand, because you will be having your mind for the business.
I can show it. If not during the event, I can show it on the social media of the community.
Yes, I will pre-record some beer greeting, and I will send it.
That's great. Please do. Do you also have Instagram?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
Where can I find you on Instagram?
Yes, I will send you to the chat. 1 moment, please. Of course, you can find it on my business page, which is jiřiborč.cz.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you scroll down, there is an Instagram.
Attached to it. Okay, I haven't seen it. Yeah, because I wasn't looking for it at the time, but now.
And if you open it, it should open. It should open. I hope. And if not, I will send you the link again. See how it works on mobile. It's a good feedback for me.
Let's see. CZ, right?
jiřiborč.cz, yes. And if you scroll all the way down, yes, if you scroll all the way down, there is Instagram below.
Ooh la la, you've got everything here. Yes, Instagram, I found it. All right. Okay, then I just started following you from that account of that community. So when you have that video, I can put it on my Instagram and collaborate with you.
Yes, I will do it. We will try it.
And then I can put it on tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow was better than today, or maybe today. Let's see. When you have it ready,
Let's see
it. And you can see, I'll send you how the invitation looks for. You can also see it, it's otherwise.
Thanks.
Yes, and then message. I will send you the whole thing. Da-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na. I need to do this and then select all. Thank you so much for today. It was really fun. It's my first podcast,
Thank you. Perfect. So thank you, and I would like to wish you a nice day. Goodbye. And see you soon, I hope.
Yes, we will talk soon, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Enjoy playing today.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Ciao, Jiří.